Today I want to preach from the subject, what to do when your children disappoint you. You may be seated. Earlier today when the production team arrived, I said something that I knew would provoke thought. I am a provocateur. And I like launching rhetorical grenades to see how people respond to various issues. Now, it was about 7:30, and I should stop right there and say that we ought to give our production team a hand. Because every Sunday they begin arriving 2 hours before you do to ensure that we are prepared to serve you in excellence. Every Sunday. Most of them I knew were young, most of them in their 20s or 30s. So I just said, Happy Mother's Day, because I knew none of them are mothers, none of them have children. I just wanted to see how they would react when I said it. And as I thought, their responses were quite predictable. All of them said, I ain't never having children. Now, mind you, each of them are someone's child. But without exception, they all said, I ain't never having children. The one gentleman who has children said, man, if I had to do this again, I wouldn't have no children. There was one lone participant knocking on the door of 30 who said, I want 2 children by the time I'm 30. And as she said it, and her words hung in the air, if eyes were rifles, she would have been shot. Because all of them, without objection, without controversy, said, I don't want to have no kids. Intuitively, their collective disgust at the possibility of having children is an admission that they understand how much it costs. Lay your hand on someone's shoulder and say, it costs to have children. Somebody else say, what? It costs what? It costs a lot to have children. I found an interesting graphic on the website of the U.S. Department of Agriculture that actually makes the case that the cost of raising a child from birth to age 18, I can't see that because I ain't got my glasses on, is $233,000. $610,000, and that's just the average. It says if you live on the West Coast, it's $245,460. 18% of that over 18 years is for food. Look at somebody and say, it costs to feed them crumb snatchers. I just bought the big box of Captain Crunch on Thursday. It's Sunday. And it's gone. Look at somebody and say, it costs to have children. 29% of that $245,460 is housing that they don't pay for. Ma, can I just move in for a few months till I get on my feet? You've been on your feet for the last 8 months. And you ain't volunteered no part of that rent. %15 is transportation. So now let me get this straight. You mad because I won't put gas in your car for you to drive. And then if I need a ride, I got to wait on you to come pick me up. Look at what I say, it's hard to have children. 9% health care, 6% clothing. Because you can't go back to school with Payless shoes on. Now, you want the Jordans. Now, mind you, you fail English, can't spell Jordan, but you... 16% child care and education, 7% miscellaneous, and this don't include the cost of college. You know how much daycare costs? $220 a week. $240 a week. Well, $220 must be the ghetto daycare. Now, we got $220, $400, depending upon the age of the infant. Man, I was the wrong major. I should have. Look what I say, it costs to have children. But this is just the financial cause. I took economics and cost accounting in graduate school, and they told me that there are a variety of costs. There are fixed costs, there are variable costs. And so there's something called opportunity costs. Yeah. Opportunity cost is the value of what I forego to have children, right? Which means if I do this, what? I can't do that. So if I have children, then it costs me a whole lot of other stuff that I could do if I could not have children. Which is why when your children are ungrateful, it makes you very upset because they have no idea what you gave up for them. I had lunch with a friend of mine this week, and he said every time his son so much as whispers or breathes the air of discontentment, he punches him in the chest. Because he's been in corporate America for 30 years. He said, I could be in the C-suite by now. But every time a promotion presented itself that would require us to move out of town, I said no. Because I wanted to be the father I never had. So I gave up my opportunity so that you could have a chance. So when you act like my sacrifice is nothing, nigga, I will punch you in the chest. Y'all excuse me, I just had a... I don't know if I was talking about him or talking about me. Look at I say there's opportunity costs. It's financial costs, but it ain't just that. How about the physical costs? Your body ain't been the same. You used to be fine before that last one. It ain't never coming. Booty, where you at? You be like, Booty, what happened to you? How much cocoa butter you put on them thighs? Them stretch marks. I can't even wear a two-piece no more. I gotta wear one piece. Physical cost, opportunity cost. But the biggest cost that greets us in this text is the emotional cost. Because the Bible says that when Esau married two Hittite women, it made life for his parents miserable. And you have to be a parent and you have to be a mother to truly understand the temperature of this text, how your children can make decisions that make you miserable. The most difficult cost of having children is that your children can disappoint you. And this is not a happy Mother's Day for everybody in this room. And some of you have a painted smile on your face because deep down in your heart of hearts, even though people keep saying Happy Mother's Day, you are very unhappy. Because you didn't expect your child to turn out the way they did. You didn't expect your child to make the choices they made. You didn't expect your child to repeat your mistakes or be exactly where you were when they are, when you were their age. Your children can disappoint you. Esau disappointed his parents because of who he married. Uh-oh. Yeah. I love the Bible. I love the Bible because the Bible deals with reality. God, I wish I could talk to y'all in here today. Give somebody a high five. Tell them the Bible deals with reality. Yeah. And this text drops us right in the middle of family conflict. If you don't like conflict, don't read the Bible. If you want everybody to get along, don't read the Bible. If you think the Bible is an anthem and an ode to paradise and this idea that everyone who loves God holds hands and sings kumbaya all of their life, shut the book, honey, because the Bible drops us right smack dab in the middle of not only conflict, but family conflict. And I want to tell y'all something in here. We don't like talking about it, but ain't no conflict like what? Ain't no conflict like family conflict. And there's no conflict like family conflict because there's no drama like family drama. And there's no drama like family drama because there's no dysfunction like family dysfunction. And don't sit up here looking at me like that. I don't like how y'all looking at me as if your family ain't got no conflict and as if your family ain't got no drama and if your family ain't dysfunctional. Can we just, come on, can we just be real until we go to brunch and be fake in about 2 hours and just confess to everybody that every family got drama? Come on here. Every family got conflict. Every family is dysfunctional. Shake somebody's hand and tell them, and yours too. Now you don't want to shake nobody's hand. Come on, shake somebody's hand. Tell them every family got drama. Every family got conflict. Every family is dysfunctional. Oh, y'all real mad. Come on, shake somebody's hand. Say every family got drama. Come on, every family got look at y'all just mad. It's all right. I'm going to stay right here till you obey. Come on, every family got conflict. Y'all sitting together pretending like you happy. Y'all was arguing in the car on the way to church. I can't believe I got to go to brunch and sit next to her. Ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing new. And I wish y'all would stop acting like you're the only one with a problem. Quit acting like everybody, just because I got the mic don't mean I ain't got no conflict in my family. Everybody in here, from the stage to the parking lot, got conflict, trauma, and dysfunction. They didn't like the woman he married. Boy, I'm trying to behave myself. They ain't like her. Now I gotta pause and commend Esau, because at least he wanted to be married. Because there's a whole lot of y'all in here who don't want to be married. He was a man who wanted to be married. And he, by definition, is a minority. Because most men don't want to be married, at least in this town. I did some calculations. Since I've been the pastor of Resurrection, I've done 243 weddings. The average age of the groom has been 64. So my deduction from my unscientific analysis is that most men, at least in this zip code and the surrounding environs, don't want to be married until they so old it don't matter. I understand. I came to LA, man of God, down the street. I told everybody, I found the woman I'm going to marry. The brethren said to me, why would you bring sand to the beach, preacher? You're in Los Angeles. You don't have to do no work to conquer these chicks. That's what they said. They said they so desperate, they don't mind. And there's some truth to that, because the woman is the sexual gatekeeper. She is. If it costs me no money to get the milk, why on earth would I buy the cow? My wife done put her head down and she did. Y'all. 3,000 years ago, a Greek tragedian named Aristophanes wrote a comedy called Lysistrata. The plot is very simple. There's a war in the country, and no one can figure out how to stop it. A woman named Lysistrata comes up with a novel idea. She pulls together all of the women and says, stop having sex with your man. They agreed, and in 24 hours, the war was over. You were singing the other night, put a ring on it, but you don't really mean that. So he wanted to get married. So I commend him. And I understand the logic of all the men who may not want to get married. But the problem with your logic is that it ignores a fundamental biblical principle that is articulated in Proverbs 18 and 22, which says, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtains the favor of the Lord. So no matter how well you're doing, you will never do as well as you could do if you are unmarried, because you lack the favor of God. An unhappily married man has more favor than a single man. Yeah. Esau wanted so much favor, he got 2 wives. I don't have time to unpack that. He was a bigamist. One woman is a monogamist. 2 women is a bigamist. Multiple women is a polygamist. So the question comes, why were they upset? Some argue they were upset because he committed the sin against monogamy. That's one argument. However, others argue, and I think this is closer to the heartbeat of this text, that they were upset because he committed the sin of engogamy. Right? Engogamy is marrying outside your tribe, which is why the Bible says they were Hittites. That's not an accidental notation. The Hittites were one group of the Canaanites, where God told Abraham, you're going into the land of Canaan, but even though I'm giving you their land, you are not supposed to act like them. Don't worship like them. Don't marry them. Don't be around them, because if you associate with people who don't believe what you believe, it will contaminate your promise. And I want you to be pure. So it's not so much the fact that it was two. It's not how many. And that's not a justification for being non-monogamous. But the issue here is not merely his lack of monogamy. The issue here is he was guilty of endogamy, which is marrying somebody who did not share your worldview. And if I'm carrying a promise, if I am a believer, if I have God's hand on me, and I decide to commit myself to someone who does not share what I believe, I can potentially jeopardize or at the very least infect my promise, which is the Bible's problem with Esau. He was profane, which means he did not fear the curse of God, nor did he desire the blessing of God. So far as Esau was concerned, I can do what I want, with who I want, when I want to do it. It doesn't matter. And for that reason, God said of Esau in Malachi chapter 1, verse 3, I hate him. And not only did God hate him, his decision disappointed his parents. His decision disappointed his parents because when children make decisions that disregard the pain and the perspective of their parents, it breaks your heart. I wish I could talk to just three honest people in here today. The problem, if you study the history of Isaac, you will know the Bible denotes an entire chapter to describing the enormous pains that Abraham went through to choose his wife, because he knew when you carry the favor of God, you just can't share that with anybody. So you got to be very careful who you associate with, because if you don't associate with the right people, they may potentially jeopardize and at the very least contaminate your promise. So the Bible spends an entire chapter. His father spent an entire chapter delineating what you should look for, who you shouldn't deal with, why it was important. And the Bible says, with no consultation from his father, with no desire for his opinion, with no solicitation of his feedback, went and married two women. And it broke their heart. And you disappointed my spirit because you disregarded my pain. Let me tell you, children here, something or another about your parents. They may not talk about it. They may not advertise it. But to get you raised, they had to do some stuff they don't want to talk about. Wish I had just 5 witnesses in here. I heard my wife say one Mother's Day, I don't know what my mother had to do to keep me in private school, and I don't want to know. And the truth is, some of you parents in here, some of you mamas did unspeakable things that you don't like to talk about, that you pray to God to forgive you for every Sunday in church, to make sure that your child had an opportunity to do some things and go to some places that you don't have to go to. And when they disregard your pain and don't solicit your opinion and act like they the first player that was ever born, it breaks your heart, because I've been there and I've done that. I wish I could just find a mother to give another mother another hand and say, baby, ain't nothing new under the sun. Baby girl, I know you think you cute because you got little hips and you're smelling yourself right now. I wish I could talk to y'all. See, sometimes every now and again, you need to have a come to Jesus moment with your own children. You need to pull your daughter up, say, come here with your fast self. I could take your boyfriend if I wanted to, but the Lord has delivered me. I wish I had some real mamas in here. Girl, I got some tricks you ain't learned yet. Don't let these wrinkles fool you. All this shouting I'm doing, you think all that's the Holy Ghost all the time? Some of you who got kids raised in the suburbs think they gangster. I wish I could talk to y'all. Come on. Some of y'all who really knows what it is need to grab your gangster acting shy who ain't been nowhere and ain't done nothing and tell them really how it goes down. You a fireman. I ain't talking about you, but you a fireman. But don't think that because I ain't a fireman, I ain't had to put out no fires. That's all you need is one witness. Come on, talk to me. See, the rest of y'all are too proper to tell the real deal about where this train is trying to go. But all of us, have you ever just wanted to smack your child? Just smack them. Do you know what I had to do? Do you know how many vacations I didn't go on? Do you know how many men I said no to? Do you know how many job promotions I denied? Do you know how many days my hair went undone and my nails went undone and I couldn't get my groove back like Stella because I was spending all my money trying to take care of your nappy-headed, fast-tailed self? Oh, I'm gonna find you in a minute. I ain't the only one in here. I ain't the only one. And then you got the nerve to tell me I don't understand. I'm paying your rent. I'm paying your car note. I'm paying your cell phone bill. And you won't call when I answer. Yeah, I understand you ain't got no money. I understand that. I was trying to figure out which story to tell about when I disappointed my parents. There's so many. I think the one that hurt y'all the most, I got a full scholarship to go to Harvard University. I got kicked out withdrawn for a year for forging my supervisor's signature on a work-study form. I forged it. I got caught. I had to withdraw for a year. When I came back, they pulled my scholarship and made me work. Because I had to work, it compromised my ability to study. I got all my credits, was scheduled to graduate, had to turn in a paper, and missed the deadline. My parents showed up at the graduation, and I didn't have the heart to tell them. They were telling everybody, our son is a Harvard graduate. And they at the graduation. And I said, I didn't graduate. So I studied their reaction. Because let me tell you one thing, as a child, you know when you disappoint your parents. So I was trying to see how they responded to figure out how I should respond. Let me tell you what they did. It might help you. When your children disappoint you, first thing you got to do, stay prepared. What do you mean? Be prepared for your child to do anything. Oh, my baby will never do this or that. Yes, they will. In fact, your child doing some stuff right now you don't know about. In fact, they doing some of the stuff you did to your parents. You never know what they might do. A friend of mine called me this week. We went through how your children. I said, how's Andrew? He said, Andrew is now Andrea. I said, what you mean? I said, what you mean? He said he woke up the other day, told me he feels like there's a woman trapped inside his man's body, and would I help him pay for gender reassignment surgery? You don't know what call you might get today about a decision your child has made. So stay prepared, because there's nothing new under the sun. What do you do when children disappoint you? Stay prepared. Number two, when children disappoint you, stay positive. When I told my parents, finally, that I wasn't graduating, my father said, well, where are we going to brunch? Now you have to understand how revolutionary that was for my father. But something in him clicked. And he just said, well, the best thing I can hope for now is a good brunch. So I'm not going to let your lack of responsibility and courage spoil the graduation. This gonna help y'all in about 3 days. Mama, I'm pregnant. Well, I wanted some grandchildren anyway. Mama, I want to be a stripper. Well, I was one too. Get them heels out the closet. Stay prepared. Stay positive. Finally, when your children disappoint you, not only stay prepared, not only stay positive, stay prayerful. And just don't pray for them. Pray for yourself. Know why? Right? Know why? Because as parents, we have not only been disappointed, we have disappointed ourselves. And whether you have children or not, you have disappointed yourself. Anybody disappointed themselves? Yeah. You have disappointed people you love. Anybody ever disappointed somebody they love? And more important, you have disappointed God. But the marvelous thing about God is that when we disappoint him, he does not throw us away. And so when your child disappoints you, don't throw them away either. Come on, stand to your feet. Give God a praise if you receive his word. Give God a praise if you receive his word. Come on, give God a praise if you receive his word. Come on, give God a praise if you receive his word. God said, no matter what you do, I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. I will never walk away from you, no matter what you do.